Greetings viewers and welcome back. Red-Rupee here calling the shots for you tonight. As always, we're delving into a brand new game, DropZone, the new strategy title coming in hot. This is closed beta footage, so keep that in mind when you're watching. Take it with a grain of salt. What you're watching might not be final and likely isn't. But anyways, we've got Red-Rupee, myself of course, versus Kavash. I don't normally cast myself, but I'm treating this as kind of a practice cast, as it were, so I can kind of stay in my head and know what I was thinking while I'm sort of getting the flow and rhythm of this game down and casting this and that sort of thing. But anyways, these are two of the nastiest players currently in the game DropZone. I might be tooting my own horn a little bit on that, but hey, I'm sticking with it. We're in the drafting sequence right now. All three rigs have been selected. We've got 2 tanks and a gunner for Red, and a tank, gunner, and mech for old Kavash. We're going to be hitting Mine the Gap, which is a map, a pretty cool map. I like it a lot, defined by its chasm down the center here. You can see the chasm is lined with these jump pads, and there's only one way to cross without those jump pads, through this tight little choke by the uplink area. So anyways, let's take a look at what's going on here. It looks like my build, I'm planning on getting knockout to level 5 nice and quick. Give me access to a lot of stuns, targeted stuns, and damage to really eliminate a single carry rig from the game. And Kavosh does have this nasty recon, which we see pretty commonly, but it doesn't really come alive till level 4. And Widget's also on the field with capacity overload and positron condenser, which will give him some nice stun options to try to land that big nasty bombard array area attack. Meanwhile, I've already jumped over, playing very aggressively right now because First Blood is on the map, and I like to maybe try to steal a quick kill while the opponent's farming. It looks like Kavash might have some dropped micro, because Widget's just standing there taking the abuse from knockout. And oh, that's a quick point for myself. I'll take that first objective point handily while Kavash was farming elsewhere. I guess he must have just been microing around, but you don't normally have to micro too hard against the Kavash highs. Perhaps just a bit of a slip up there. Fury going for the first core upload here in the center of the map, but it looks like she might pay for it with her life, getting perilously low as Recon and Vice come screaming in here with a lot of damage. That Recon, now level 3, just barely misses with that final shot, that thermite grenade, or actually I believe that's the stub gun that he has equipped, giving him a pretty nasty ranged option. That's some pretty excellent poke damage from range, in addition to the already long-range auto attacks of the rocket clusters equipped on that gunner. And coming in trying to harass Knockout. Knockout's not having any of it though. Moving on in, Tensile Pulse gets activated, allowing Recon to tank away some of that damage for a few seconds, but Knockout's continuing to put the pressure on. It looks like Recon might even be going down here. Another quick kill for Red if it does so, but wow, escaping with a scant few HP right there. Can I even see the HP? I don't think I can see on the UI how much HP that unit had, unfortunately. Something that I'm sure will be coming sooner rather than later in the replays. But as it stands right now, 4-2 lead for Red. Myself leading in here. Unfortunately, Kavash just kind of sitting around with 3 hives that haven't respawned yet. After you farm the level 1 hive, it's 2 minutes before it respawns, of course. I think Kavash could be better spend its time up here taking out that boss. I know he doesn't want to engage right now until he gets his recon to level 4, but I think he could have maybe run up, got that boss, and then chose to go heal or engage. Right now I'm putting pressure on both the total vision objective on all 4 vision towers and uploading at the same time, kind of forcing Kavash to either react to one threat or allow me the free upload, which I did get the free upload. Didn't get total vision, but it was kind of a win-win scenario for me. That's the way I like to play, is kind of put pressure on different areas of the map. I'm not one to keep all 3 of my rigs together, whereas a lot of folks, I feel like, tend to do that a bit, but even right now, we can see Widget's trying to hold off against these 2 tanks. She doesn't look like she's looking for a fight, though, unfortunately, and Knockout's muscling her around, even path-blocking her way back to that base, but she does get there, narrowly escaping an unfortunate fate. Meanwhile, Kavash has gone ahead, taking out the first level 2 hive, while I'm getting in position to maybe take out this boss up here on his side of the map. I wanted to take out the boss on his side so then I could take out mine a little more freely as time goes on. Unfortunately for me, Widget spots and knows exactly what I'm up to. Recon's moving in. Terrible timing for me. My tank was already beat up by that boss, but in conjunction with that, Widget goes down. The same fate, that boss doing lots of damage in that engagement, taking out both of a rig on either side. It was a 2-1 trade against me, though. That said, I'm still sitting with a bit of a lead, a 5-2 lead right now. There aren't a lot of cores on the map, so losing a couple rigs and sort of giving the power play, as it were, to Kavash isn't that big of a deal for me at the moment. It's a lot scarier to lose those team fights when there are a lot of cores on the field, or maybe there's an objective like Total Vision or Alpha Strike, Boss Slayer, anything like that at stake. But right now, this is probably about the best time I could have suffered a double kill, because everyone's still farming. Even with these 2 or 3 uploads that he might be getting right now, I've still got Knockout up here taking out one of my level 2 hives, keeping my farm up, and hopefully allowing me to get my Fury a little bit more into the game, because at level 1 right now, I think it's something like 6 or 7 auto attacks from Recon will actually take out a level 1 Fury the way I currently have her built. She's pretty squishy until she hits level 3 or 4. You can see she only has a few hundred HP, even 825 to be exact, compared to the 1600 or 2100 of my tanks. Obviously, pretty easy. You don't want to sneeze on Fury, or her rig might fall apart at this stage in the game. 5-5 currently, but looks like it's about to be 5-6. Kavash finally taking the lead after a bit of a rough start, and now taking the boss that I so kindly softened up for him. The boss does regen, of course, when it's not in combat, but I did take out at least 1 or 2 of the boss minions, so that allowed him to maybe take that a bit easier than he could have otherwise. An aggressive play by me that didn't quite work out in the long run. Again, trying to put some pressure on these vision towers, and I have cores scattered all over the back of the map there. But 6-6, as we can see the first level 3 hive under siege right now from both Widget and Vice, while Recon's kind of hitting the forward. I'm deciding whether or not I want to move in, and of course I saw him fire those rockets, and I wanted to get in there and maybe put some pressure on. Oh, perfect timing of that 10-slot pulse. Completely negated my Haymaker ultimate from the Knockout, and Knockout might go down for her troubles, unfortunately, right now. She does indeed, and that's going to be a big detriment to the next minute or so of my game. Luckily for me, again, his rigs are kind of beat up. He does have a few cores on the field, so he will be able to close the point gap, as I can't really contest it with only a level 2 Fury. His Recon can really run the ground very easily against that, so I'm just trying to fall back, maybe turn in any cores that I can. Luckily for me, Kavash was pretty beat up, so he did have to return his drop ship to heal up a little bit before he gets back onto the field. But a 6-9 lead in my favor at the moment. And I'm just doing what I can to try to maybe keep him split up, keep him from uploading. Of course, you only need a single rig to upload, so it's not too bad. So long as you have the rig advantage, it's not a big deal. Recon, again, putting pressure on Vice. I was going a little deep with this guy, but it did buy me some time. All I'm really doing is trying to maybe get some pressure on these other rigs, while Recon, oh man, even takes him out with the long-range rocket strike right there. That barrage is not friendly. Fury doing what she can to maybe take out this Widget, but oh, it looks like I might get killed. Oh man, if I had been a little further away. So the way the Kavash hives work is that they target whatever is closest to the hive, and if I had actually pulled back right there instead of continuing to chase, I think those alphas would have finished off Widget, but unfortunately for me, that is not what happened. I got a quick kill up top with Knockout against that Recon, spamming those stuns like I tend to do with that build. Both I think a 3-second and a 2.5-second stun coming in from Knockout on top of the Shredder field, and some pretty reasonable auto attack on top of that. But both sides, both players just kind of farming up right now. The points are neck and neck. This still could go either direction, especially with Boss Slayer still on the field right now. If Kavash maybe turns in a couple cores and sneaks a boss into it, it's going to put some real pressure on me to react to any potential boss kills right there. Unfortunately, I just blew my conductive spike against the Kavash right now. Not something I want to be doing, considering that it's about a 2-minute cooldown on that nice AoE stun that's simply activated by getting my rig extremely low health. So I can kind of shove Fury in my enemy's face and force them to attack her, and then get a nice stun and opening right now. Getting kind of a cheese farm right now. These alphas come very close to your drop zone, or sorry, your drop ship. allowing you to kind of farm in the aid of your own regen right there. 11-9, but of course Kavash is closing the gap, getting lots of farm in and securing his own vision towers right there. Recon looks like he's going to try to take out these alphas. Look at the kiting away right now. You can see how quickly they regen, though, if you leave the boss layer, so you really can't do that too easily. He was probably hoping to maybe eliminate one or two of those minions before engaging the boss with his tank. Both sides now doing a boss, but he is a boss ahead, so pretty much the next boss killed for Kavash will set him 4 points ahead, and the game is neck and neck right now, literally 11-11. As we head into the last third of this game, the last 5 minutes, of course, all of the games are static length in this game. Of course, there is overtime, but the game length otherwise, if there isn't a tie standing, is 15 minutes long. Oh, a stun! 2 stuns combined along with that rocket barrage. You can see even the tanky Vice went down to that, and that's definitely the kind of play that he's looking to pull off with this build. He's got those 2 stuns, one very long range, and then he's got the nasty damage coming in from Recon. Fury's ult goes off, stuns both of those, and of course he responds with Widget's ult. I was hoping to actually take her out right there with that Haymaker punch, but she just barely survived. That's the only way to stop that ult is to burst her down, and I kind of invested in it a little bit too much right there. I do manage to get a kill on his Recon. Meanwhile, Widget's healing up. Vice is still on the field trying to contest the center, but Fury's level 5 now as well, so she can really put out some hurt, dodging just narrowly that capacity overload stun shot right there, but instead I stand still for the one that's even easier to dodge. Positron Condenser lands, but both the stuns are down right now. Knockout drops the core to allow Fury to continue uploading while I shove Knockout right down Widget's throat here and try to keep her from doing any sort of defensive play right now. Vice on the back line doing some farming up, trying to get a few more cores for me to access at this stage in the game, because really I need to, if I don't kill these rigs, I need to have cores of my own to upload. And as it stands right now, I'm not sure. I keep standing under that Positron Condenser. I'm not sure why. I'm leaving Fury in there to get that stun. Knockout's coming in. Fury is perilously low, but also very high damage because she does have the combat rush, so I'm trying to get the most out of her while keeping her on the field. But with Recon coming back online, I do have no choice but to fall back. And that's going to be another extra couple points there for Kavash. Kavash, oh, I was about to say Kavash needs to drop that core so that he can upload it more quickly. He did choose to do that, and Widget's going to keep the upload train going while Recon goes on the offensive, as well he should. Or maybe, nope, it looks like he was just checking out the front line to see how things were going. I am continuously putting pressure on that total vision objective with Vice. Hopefully this time around maybe Vice will escape. Last time it didn't go so well for Vice, and I'm even moving to kind of support him if that rig were so foolish to jump over that jump pad right there. I'm sending both Fury and the Knockout over here to kind of put some pressure on. I'm trying to prevent that Boss Slayer from going down. I know he's looking to get that kill in, and I just don't want to let him have it. Vice getting some uploads in the meantime, trying to maybe spread the gap out here, because I'm not going to be able to prevent this. You can see Knockout's just outgunned, outmaneuvered, and with 2 minutes left, if this Boss Slayer does get activated, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote for me. But it looks like we do have the boss going down right now. Knockout's going to come in. I'm going to try to come in and steal this boss. He's got everything coming in. I just scream right past, hit the Haymaker, and steal the boss for myself. Even gets him to activate Widget's ult, which ultimately isn't going to matter because I did lose Knockout there. I was hoping I was going to be able to have Knockout escape maybe. If she had escaped, this game would be in the bag. It's 15-13 right now, but he's going all in with all 3 of these rigs to try to get my boss on my side of the map. 16-13 now, and there's just not another core on the field, unfortunately. I know where he's going, and I have no choice but to move in and engage in this last minute of the game. There's just not enough time to get another core to cause a tie. If I could get 17 points, I could take the game into overtime, but as it stands right now, I kind of need to react to what's going on. He does get the tower over here, and I want to try to deny that vision. Nice heal going off there. Transfuse from Widget, that very nice high damage, high level heal. I try to come in, but it's just a split second too late, and I'm going to lose my Fury in the meantime. And there's just nothing I can do at this stage in the game. 16 to 17. If there was a core anywhere on the map, I would probably be able to contest it with knockout, but unfortunately, as it stands, there's just not much I can do. The only core that I hadn't farmed was way out here, and I'm so far away. With only 30 seconds remaining, I think this game's going to go to Kavash, unfortunately for me. But that said, stealing that boss kill with knockout was one of the things I was super excited about, and if I had managed to keep her alive, I think I could have easily taken this game. That said, Kavash's recon is so nasty. He always lands those bombard arrays right on your face. He didn't even have to use his ult at any point in the game. The orbital strike never came down. It was really Widget's ult that kind of came into play much more that game. It really allowed him to escape with a couple rigs in that mid game. The final score, though, 16 to 18. As we close this one out, and man, look at that recon. 7 kills on that recon, none for anyone else. Considering it was a 7 to 4 kill ratio, I'm surprised I hung in there as well as I did. It's something in this game, you can't always just go for the kills, because as we saw, I even had the double kill at one stage in the game, but it really just, all it did was kind of give him an opportunity to get back into the game since there weren't a lot of cores on the map. So anyway, that's a game of DropZone. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. That's the first of many, I hope. And look forward to seeing you guys next time.